There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the name. Hey, yo, what's going on right now? You're watching Casino is the Name, and there is a trend that I see amongst entrepreneurs or people who are aspiring entrepreneurs, and it's like a reoccurring statement that everybody seems to make to me. And I wanted to bring it to you guys to maybe for you guys to think about it differently, all right, or to see it from my standpoint. So if you don't know, I'm an accountant, I'm a serial entrepreneur, I'm ex-military, I come from the bottom, you know, all of that kind of stuff. But this reoccurring statement, I just felt like I should address it. All right. One of the things that I notice everybody say is, you know, when they find out I do business or I have my own company or whatever, or that I'm an accountant even, is that they are trying to get funding to really start their business, to either expand their business or to start their business, right? Usually it's not actually the business that they're in. They're trying to get funding typically to start another business, all right? And so I don't know if this is going to rub people the wrong way or whatever it is, but when I ask, hey, you know, why do you need funding? And they say, well, you know, I need the money in order for me to start this other business. Now, if they're already an entrepreneur, they're typically doing a business where they don't actually need the funding for it. It's typically for something else, right? So when they, you know, start telling me about the business, let's say the business is they want to start flipping houses, whatever it is, it's always something where they're like, yo, I need the funding, right? And now, if you're going to go do something like flipping houses, maybe you're going to start a trucking company or something like that, then yes, I can understand why you're saying you need money to go start this other business. The problem is if you have never done this other kind of business, like let's say your main business is you have a barber shop, right? And you're a barber and that's your main business, right? So you didn't really need funding, or maybe you got funding for that or whatever, but you are a barber. That is your trade. That is where you know how to make money. If you tell me you want to go start an Airbnb business and you need funding to start your Airbnb business and you have never done it, I would feel more comfortable personally if I was the lender to give you money to start another barbershop, because I know that you know what you're doing. It's a field that you're already familiar with. Maybe even starting a business. I would suggest them start a business that has a lower overhead that they don't need to get the funding for. Before I would want to start a business that I need to go to a bank or whoever or take on private money to start the business. Unless you automatically just know this business so well, like you already, maybe you're a barber cutting in somebody else's shop and you want to start a barber shop and you need the funding to start a barbershop because you're already in that space. You already know what you're doing. But when it's a brand new venture that you've never done before, I see a lot of people looking for funding, for somebody to give them the money to start a business that they have no idea about. And then let's say if I start asking questions like, okay, what's this business you want to do? You want to do Airbnb businesses? Do an Airbnb business? Okay, have you done any research on it? They're like, no, not really. I just know you can make money with it. Well, what's it like in your market? And you know, like, do you have any mentors in that space? Oh, nah. Now, have you called around and found out how much money you actually need? No. But I'm just, you know, trying to find somebody who would be. It's so many questions that they haven't already answered and they don't know enough about the space. I see that situation 9 out of 10 times. 1 out of 10 times do I see somebody who actually has done the research, knows the business, knows the verbiage even that comes along with that kind of business. And I don't know if there's some kind of disconnect with what sounds or what real business is and what just sounds good. But it's people who are wrecking their brains trying to find funding when they are not ready if they did receive the funding, right? I want you to be like me personally. Before I go ask for funding, I'm gonna have all kind of information to go along with this. Maybe I've tried to do it without the money. Maybe I've walked and talked with all sorts of mentors. I know what I'm doing. You ask me a question, if I don't know the answer, you would, whatever my answer is or whatever I say about that situation, you will feel somewhat comfortable knowing that I am knowledgeable enough that I may be ready for funding. And if not, sometimes you may think you know and you don't know, right? And so, but that's 9 times out of 10 times, people, let's say I don't know anything about something. I might know more than them, It might be a business I know nothing about, nothing, right? But I might know more than them about a business that they're trying to get somebody to give them the money for, and they have no idea. So get prepared, man. Do the research. You may find out that you don't need the money. I also would suggest you find something else, like until you can grow that funding to a point where maybe you had to do something else. Like, let's just, for an example, maybe if you want to start a daycare or whatever, maybe you need to start with Turo and get the money up from renting cars on Turo until you can fund, you can put into that space or something like that. I'm just using that as an example. Don't kill me on here, all right? But just using that as an example, if you can start getting up to $10,000 and $20,000 a month renting cars out on Turo, which you can probably do with your personal credit, just go down there, get you a $7,000, $8,000 car from Turo and rent it out at $50 a day, and make a extra $1,000, $2,000 a month, and go down there, get another one, and keep that same process going. Make an extra $1,000 per car, and get 10, 15 cars on there, and then just using that as an example. I'm not saying actually go out and do it. I'm just using that as an example. But you don't actually have to use any money. If you have decent enough credit, you can just go down there and drive off with a car and put it on Turo that same day, and get it going within the first 30 days, and you can start making money with that car note on a $7,000, $8,000 car. It's probably like $150 a month or less. So you can be making money from this car. You're making $800, $900, $1,000, $1,500 off this car per month, and that can fund you buying more cars and let the whole situation snowball on itself. But these is just options, right? But you can use this to say, hey, I understand this business, whatever. And now when you want to go and borrow some money, I would feel more comfortable investing in your Turo business until, even more so than your daycare, unless, you could just tell me so much and know so much about it and have walked and talked. I'm just saying, just using this as an example, because anytime that I've ever needed money for anything, I typically either found that A, I didn't actually need the money, or B, I knew so much about it that people were lining up to give me the money for it. Anyway, right now you're watching Casino is the Name. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and we out. Hey, yo, what's going on? Right now you're watching Casino is the Name, and if you wanted to know how I started my trucking business, I have an ebook called Big Shot, Hot Shot Volume 1, Own Your Trucking Authority. It's a great book, 5-star reviews. The link will be in the description below. Go get that. Yeah.
Beat me up, Scotty.
Me and her together, we just count it up. Money on my mind, I can't get enough. Don't play with my money, you don't want no beef. Cause I come from the bottom, I come from the street. When she first saw me, she said, who is that? When a man saw me, he called me a threat. I'm the one that really live with a rap. They ain't never did it, they ain't really trap. You say you want to be successful, but what's stopping you? Can't nothing stop you from being successful except for you. You standing in your own way. I came from the bottom. I ain't know nothing but the grind. You can't tell me nothing about that. I caught the bus at Basin Street Projects in Tallahassee, Florida. You hear me? I used to think $1 million would last me my whole life. I'd have made that and spent that. $1 million ain't enough.
There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the name.